Okay, let's look at the next one. It says there that we have to work in the review worksheet. So make sure when you work in your Excel that you click on the correct one. But I think you'll see that when once they're speaking about the cells that it won't correspond with that sheet. Okay, insert a function in cell P3 to change the value in cell P2 to uppercase. Okay, so in cell P3, you must put in a formula that will change P2 to uppercase. So remember in Word, you've got that option when you click on your text, you've got that option of saying change that to uppercase. But in Excel, if you retype something from the start, you'll have to use your caps lock. But there's also a function to use, and you're going to say equal, and you're going to say upper. Okay, it comes up, you can double click. That must be the one that's changed, and you're going to say enter. Okay, so they say there, let's just make sure we read it correctly. Insert the function in cell P3 to change the value in cell P to uppercase. Okay, so that's what we did. Format the worksheet, and then obviously, sorry to interrupt myself now, will be lowercase will be equal lower, LOWER. Format the worksheet so that the following occurs. Only cells A1 to K7A3 will print, and every 20th row will print on a new page. The relevant data should fit onto an A4 landscape page. Okay, so there's a couple of ways in which you can do this. You can copy it into a new sheet and print that, or you can say you want to only make sure that all of these to 87, I think that is the correct one, or did they say A now? I think they might have said A, so I'm just going to cancel. I want to replace it. Okay, let's just make sure that is the one that I want. Okay. So we're going to say, let's just quickly say file print to see how it looks. Okay, so the things that's not working is we just want to print the selection. That's the first thing. And we don't want it to be portrait, we want it to be landscape. Okay. And then we actually want the sheets to print to fit it in on one page. So that's the one thing. But then they are also asking us to print, so the relevant data should fit onto an A4 page, and every 20th row will print on a new page. Okay. So looks like if we say fit onto one page, then that won't be necessary. Okay, let's take that back. Okay, because if that's true, then you can just insert a, a break in there. Okay, because that break will then say insert page break, and then at 40 you'll have to insert another one. 41 insert. I've not seen this in an N5 before, but that's how you will do it. Page layout breaks, insert page break, and then that would be at 60 again. Let's just quickly see if we say file print if this works. Okay, at the moment it's just printing the selected page. Let's just quickly do this and say file print. Okay, yes, then it's supposed to work. But again, because we say it's going to fit on one page, then it doesn't make sense that they ask that of you. Okay, then that works out well for us. Okay, you can also just say scale to fit and make sure that it's fit onto one pages. You can do that as well. Okay, so that's the option there to change the fitting of the sizes of the page. Then they are asking you to use the data in cell C80 to K82 to create a line chart that resembles the one below. Okay, so let's just quickly get our data first. It's C80 to K82. C80, so C down 80. So it's basically all of this, I suppose. Okay, a 70, 87. Why would they give 87 in there? 82K, 87. Okay, let's do it as they please. So I don't know why there's blanks in there, but anyway. Okay, let's say insert. They want a type of line graph that looks like that. Okay, so they don't specify, but we know it should be 2. So we're going to choose the one and see how it works out. Looks like it is working out like that. Then don't stress if it doesn't look out as it should, because they're probably going to ask us to delete some of the things. The chart title is training responses. Okay, now let's say that wasn't there. Then you had to go to add chart element and say you don't want one, or it must be above, or etc. Now you can just double click and name the chart. Okay, so they said there. Sorry, it's opened up a new tab, the training responses. Okay, so we are going to call it that. Okay, next one says the data for Linux and Office are not reflected on the chart. Okay, data, Office, and Linux. Linux is that one. So we can now say, okay, we don't want this one. We want to hide it. Okay, so we can hide that. Or we can actually just delete it. I don't think it's going to make a difference to the other things. And the other one is Office 65. You could have also started off by not selecting it and hiding those ones. Okay, so it's kind of starting to look like the one they gave us. Then they also say the horizontal axis label is aligned at 72 degrees. So this must be aligned. Let's just quickly go to the design. And that is your axis, more axis options. Let's say the vertical alignment there is 270. I'm just going to type it in, 270. Okay, but it's not actually the axis, it's all of those. It's all of those that needs to go to 270. Okay, let's just quickly see. It says add the horizontal axis data label. Okay, but the data label is not being displayed here. So we'll just leave it at that is supposed to vertical aligned. Okay, the text direction must rotate like that. That's not on there. Okay. And it looks like the series is also not on there. So just let's just make sure the line indicating yes responses appears in the black color. Okay, and then the labels for the no's are displayed. The labels for the no responses are displayed. Property in red. Okay, let's quickly have a look at that. So you're going to literally click on it and say you want to format the options. The line must be a solid line. What's the color? They said black. So you're just going to change it there. Doesn't look like there's that. So you can just actually either say, please just take the series back, or you can just go and delete it. Okay, then it kind of looks like that. Let's just quickly see what else are we not seeing. The no horizontal grid lines appear and the chart is pale green and the chart appears on a new sheet. Okay, I'll show you that now. Let's quickly just do those. What bothers me is this is actually the text options here It's actually rotated to the other side. Can you see that? That is why they say 270. Okay, can you see it was written like that, but it should actually be to the other side. There is no access title, so we can just take that away. It's pale green, so you can actually change the color there. Looks like, or you can say you want to format the chart options. You want the fill to be changed to a pale green. That looks like a pale green. And then the last one, it says that you need to also know horizontal grid lines. So can you see, you'll have, those are the grid lines. So you can say no line, and then it will be taken away. And then the last step, just to quickly show you, it must be appearing on a new sheet. So you're going to click on it, you're going to right click the whole thing. You're going to say move chart to a new sheet. I don't think they actually say, yes, they say it must be labeled responses. So you're going to name that sheet responses, and you're going to say okay, and Bob's your uncle. So it's going to appear like that.